Hi everybody, I toast to you. I hope that you're having a grand day today, enjoying your tea or coffee or water, whatever you drink. Oh, I think the other day how that kind of became the inadvertent opening because I love coffee and I drink coffee all day, so why not toast my coffee to you? Uh, Figured it would be a. It just kind of actually I didn't figure anything. It just kind of happened, which kind of got me to thinking about daily devotions and things that we do every day for our faith and the ways that we show our faith and connect with our faith. Um, and so I figured let's talk about it. Why not? So for me personally, some of the things that I do for my daily faith, I toast my coffee, not just to you, but to the sun. I more specifically will get up. Lately, it's been I just like look out the window and I literally say good morning to the sun. Ironically, in the wintertime, when it's really cold outside, I like to go outside and see the sun, and I'll toast to the sun or whatnot. It just kind of depends on how things are going in my life, but at least one of the first things that I do right now, it's before I even start my coffee pot, which is crazy. I don't do anything else before I start the coffee. So I will go to my kitchen window and I'll look for the sun and see what colors the sky are for that day, depending on how early it is, and just say good morning to the sun. It's not like I get down and kneel and light incense and do the deal. No, I just literally say, good morning, sun. Like, I hope to have a good day today. Let's have, maybe something simple, maybe something more, but at least just saying, excuse me, saying good morning to the sun. And then when I see the moon, be it during the day, a lot of times it'll rise before the sun sets, so we'll see them at the same time, but uh, I will just greet this moon and say hi to the moon and speak to the moon for a moment. And again, this is just something that's really simple. It's not a formal prayer or a whatever. It's just saying hi. When I open the windows, like when the kids and I start doing schoolwork or I start working at the table or whatever it may be, and I need the light in the room and I let in the sunlight, I have a song that I sing. Someday I'm going to have a musician who can sing with confidence, sing it for everybody else. But it's like a hymn, and it's about letting the light in. And so I'll sing that as I open the window. And it is devotional. So, oh, flies. Anyways, so, and then some other things that I do, I always vacuum the room counterclockwise. For me, vacuuming is a banishing activity because you're sucking up all of that energy and you're putting it into the vacuum. So as I vacuum, I say I vacuum this space, I cleanse this space, I banish away the negativity. And then I'll repeat that, and then I'll say I leave behind the positivity. I think that it's important to make that distinction just for you, my brain, and for the whatever is that I want to leave behind good energy. I'm not trying to like bleach the room. I want to leave that good energy, and I just want to banish the negative energy or that energy that gets built up. And then I dump that trash can out, or dump the canister outside in the trash can, and I say I release this energy to be transformed and moved into the world. Excuse me. And so I will do that, and then I will sweep in a clockwise circle, and I say I cleanse this space, I sweep this space, I leave behind the positivity. And so that's like a cleansing, and I do that clockwise, and vacuuming is whatever. So it's just those little ways that I bring that, and I do those things every day. So that's just part of my daily habit. And then I'll talk to the fairies every day, here or there. Sometimes I'm facetious with them. My big joke with them lately has been like, where are the fairies that make the shoes for you? And they're definitely not making me any shoes or doing my projects in the middle of the night. I thought about leaving milk in the corner and seeing if I could welcome in a new fairy that might do the dishes, but that's probably not going to happen. Excuse me. It's not a bad cough, guys. It's not a bad cough. Anyways, and then, I work with my ancestors, and I never realized how much I worked with my ancestors until I started really thinking about it. But for me, your ancestors are always there. They're always watching. Their energy is always there. And so I just am aware of it. And by being aware of it and being present of it, for me, it's like there's always a grandparent sitting somewhere off in the corner listening, or there's always an auntie that's always been there that you're like, I love you, and that wise energy is just always there, and when I need it, I can call on it, and then I just like to be aware of it. And I have mentioned this before, but I find it whenever I'm working in my garden or doing something where I'm using a modern technology, I just hear them. Oh, these people have it so easy. And whenever I'm like, oh, I'm tired, I worked really hard today, there's always somebody who's like, you worked hard today. You have no idea what a hard day's work looks like. Like, now in these modern times, like our ancestors compared to what we have to do, like, they look down and they're like, oh, you guys, this is easy. You're not running from bears or doing manual labor like crazy. We have no idea. Saw this YouTube video on making a castle the way that our ancestors would have had to have made a castle, or watching them walk those stones that are on Easter Island, or whatever that island is called. Anyways, craziness. Now we have it so easy. So I always have that reminder, I guess, because I'm present of it and they're there, and so I work with that. And it makes me appreciate when I have more, and it makes me more grateful, and it makes me more aware of these privileges, for lack of, there's no better word. That's what it is. We have a lot of privileges that our ancestors didn't have, that other people around the world don't have, even that. I think about people in other countries far away, and flies, it's getting high noon, even though it's foggy, cloudy. Anyways, so I just connect with my ancestors like that every day, and I'm just present of that. And you just find small ways. So none of these things are like I sit down and I draw a card, or I sit down and I pray, or I kneel, or I chant, or I meditate, or I do whatever. They're just small little things that I have found to include in my practice that are realistic, that fit in my life, that help me connect and be aware. And I think that that's a big first step, and a long-term step, and an important step in creating your practice that sustains and benefits you and helps you achieve that, whatever your goal is. Like, I can't even say what your goal is, but I know that when you're looking into the spiritual faith and you're looking for ways to atone and connect, and there is a giant horsefly, and whenever I make videos, I just get this audience, and it's so funny to me. Anyways, I'm sure if I show it to you, it's gonna move, but let's see if you can see it. Oh, see, it's gone. Anyways, it was huge. So, small things. Don't try to set yourself up for failure by being like, every day I'm going to draw a card, I'm going to meditate for 5 minutes on it, and then I'm going to do this, blah, blah. If you can do that, more power to you, and do it. Make sure you journal and write it all down. If you can't do that, don't be mad at yourself. I have 3 kids, so that's why sometimes these videos are at 6 in the morning, and today it's probably about noon. It just kind of depends on how my day's going, and where the flow is, and what the kids are up to, and how early they get up in the morning, and how early I'm able to sleep, well, how late I'm able to sleep in. So don't set yourself up for failure, like I'm going to get up with the rising sun every day, I'm going to greet the sun with yoga on a hot mat, and blah, blah. don't set yourself up for failure by over whatever. The important part is having that experience. Start by just, when you wake up in the morning, looking at the sun. Or start by setting an alarm where you at least get up at that moment when the sun is coming up, even if you go right back to sleep, just to look at the sun. You know, it doesn't have to be a huge deal. Eventually it might grow into more. You might find that there are aspects that you really enjoy and there are parts that you don't. You know, my ancestor worship started just around certain times of the year, and now it is a part of my everyday life. So just find something that works for you. Oh, gross. I caught it in the... Oh. It's really gross. Alright, I'm gonna have to stop now. Apparently the flies are like, it's time. I just caught that fly in the bend of my elbow. Like, it didn't fly away when I moved my arm. So. Find things that work for you. Don't set yourself up for failure by oversetting your standards. And do it. Just do it. Just do one little thing. Start with one thing. For me, it was actually greeting the moon every night. That grew into greeting the sun, and then both, and then more, and just making that a part of your life and doing that every day. And you will feel the rewards of that. You'll feel that connection. You'll feel that conversation begin between you and the divine, and you and the elements, and you and the spirits, and whoever it is you're trying to connect with. You'll feel that open communication begin, and that's when you start to feel like, yeah, I'm doing it. So as always, if you have any questions, just let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope everybody has a great day, and as always, I toast to you, and thank you for joining me. Like, subscribe, hit the little bell thing. I don't know where it is, whatever. Thank you.